boom, 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 boom. Dude, I need to start talking, and yeah. Okay, so how am I gonna do this? How can I do this, guys? I don't know. So, but let's just freaking do it because I have to do it. Expensive fragrances versus its cheaper counterparts. Video coming right up. What's going on, guys, and welcome again to another video. In today's video, I am basically having 10 expensive fragrances versus its 10 cheaper dupes or counterparts. Seriously, guys, and I'm 100% honest here, expensive stuff are usually great, but sometimes I feel like I can just manage with their cheaper counterparts, and I'm just gonna do just fine and save that moolah, save that cash for something else. And there's a lot of you guys out there, and I'm one of them, that I always love to save a buck or two. Sometimes, why the if and hell would I spend $300+ on a fragrance that I can just pay its counterpart for $20? Why? And trust me, guys, sometimes you can't even tell the difference, which is a bummer for people that already spend a lot of money on fragrances. But I'm here for you guys to save you the trouble and show you 10 cheaper counterparts for 10 expensive fragrances. So do you wanna just go with number 10? By the way, it's not really a top 10, but I kinda like need to number them. So number 10 is not better than number 1, for example. Number 1 is not better than number 10. It just happened to be numbered. Number 10 on my list, it's Wood and Spices by Montal versus Culture owned by Nikos. This one is like $100 discounted versus Nikos Sculpture is like $16. These two guys smell very similar. This one actually smells like Wood and Spices Sports. It's a very refreshing version of this. Yes, it's very citrusy and vibrant, and if it wasn't for that, they would have been like 100% alike. Number 9 on my list is Silver Mountain Water, which I don't own a bottle of because pretty much I don't need to, because I have Alwisam Day. These two fragrances smells up to 90% alike. I'm not gonna lie, Silver Mountain Water is the better alternative, of course, for its price point, but this one is still phenomenal, guys. For $30 or so, you can't go wrong with it. It's even lasts and projects way more than Silver Mountain Water. And seriously, guys, this one is one of my most complimented office scents ever. Alright, guys, let's move on with my number 8, which also I don't own a bottle of its expensive counterpart. I used to own it one of these days, but I have this now, which is Federico Majora's number 335 FM. This is an oud wood clone, and it's a pretty good one. This house, pretty much, it's a clone house. I only smelled this one from this house so far, and they go by their numbers, and the numbers always, it's in the it's a sticker on the bottom here. This one, it says 335 FM. So if you wanted the oud wood clone, make sure it says 335 FM. First of all, this costs $20, and it smells up to 95% like oud wood by Tom Ford. Yeah, that close. I'm saying this again and again and again. Tom Ford always, and of course, it's the better alternative, better smelling fragrance. This one obviously is the more synthetic version, and apart from the first 5 to 10 minutes or so, which this one comes a little harsher to the nose, when it dries down after this, it's pretty much like Tom Ford oud wood. You can't even tell the difference, and this one projects way more, by the way. And again, this one got me the more compliments versus the oud wood one. Number 7 is a phenomenal one, guys, compared to its expensive counterpart. Especially that the expensive original counterparts got reformulated, and nowadays this one even smells better. And seriously, guys, they smell like 98% alike. I can't personally tell the difference. And the cheaper counterpart, which costs $25, it's Oud Touch by Frank Olivier versus Oud Espahan by Dior Privé. As you guys can see, my hand right here, I don't own Oud Espahan because pretty much, and obviously I don't need to because I have this already. Although this one is a great, phenomenal counterpart in my honest opinion, I would say try before you buy, because this one is kind of very much animalic. So it is definitely an acquired taste. I pretty much personally love it, but I'm pretty sure not a lot of people would. Number 6 on my list is a great freshie that everybody loves, and it's a Tom Ford, which is Neroli Portofino, which I don't own a bottle of because I have Neroli Portofino Forte, but because they look alike, I'm just gonna show you this instead. And its counterpart, it's Ferrari Bright Neroli. At a certain point, this one used to cost $20, but after the hype, it got expensive and you can find it now around $40, $50 or so. It's still priced reasonably, in my honest opinion, for what it gives, especially that it is pretty close to its expensive counterpart, which is Tom Ford Neroli Portofino again. I would say it's up to 80% close, which is pretty high in my honest opinion. Of course, and obviously, yeah, Neroli Portofino is the better alternative because of the price and because of the oil used in it, but come on guys, you will do just fine with this one. On the other hand, Neroli Portofino Forte I would pretty much love over the other two because it's freaking phenomenal. Number 5 on my list, it's a honey and tobacco bomb. I personally love those two fragrances. One of them, it's one of the best ever for me personally, and I don't wear it as much because I kind of like to save it for special occasions, but because I have 1821 man-made sweet tobacco, I just swear the heck out of it. And this one, it's way stronger, by the way. This one is one of the beastliest fragrances I have in my collection. I switched them together because that side is the expensive side. Back to Black is the expensive counterpart. This fragrance is phenomenal, guys. Holy crap, it's one of those fragrances that I freaking love, guys. I just like, I'm having a nirvana out of this smell right now. Just freaking, I'm just having like a crazy moment right now in front of you guys, in front of the camera, and I'm not gonna edit that. You know why? Because I love you. Do you love me too? But when it comes to the cheaper counterpart, it's still great. It's not 100% like this. It's kind of like mixed between Pure Heaven and Back to Black in my honest opinion. So I would personally say it's up to 70-75% like Back to Black, which is pretty high still in my honest opinion. And it's freaking great if you love honey, tobacco, very, very dense and strong fragrances that would stay on your skin for days. Go for this one. Alright, number 4 on my list is honestly one of the best soothing gourmands in my honest opinion. I really love them to death. Both. I prefer the original though, but it's the cheaper counterpart. It's still freaking phenomenal, by the way, and it's really close. And the expensive counterpart, which it is Lyra by Xerjoff, one of my favorite houses ever. And the cheaper counterpart is Cacao Dreams by Alexandria Fragrances. This is pretty close to this, guys. This is pretty good compared to this, guys. One of these days I'm gonna do a video comparing those two fragrances together in detail. If you guys are interested in a video like this, please comment in the section down below and I'll do it for you guys. But I would honestly say this one is up to 85 to 90% close to this. This one even projects way more than this. Number 3 on my list is freaking phenomenal, dude. It's just like something like that high. It's just extraordinary in my book, honestly. I really love the expensive counterpart. I think it's a masterpiece. I think it's just freaking phenomenal. But the cheaper alternative, it's not cheap, but it's just way cheaper. It's freaking awesome, great company. It's a Chanel, by the way. Ooh la la. The expensive counterpart is Uden, and the cheaper alternative, it's Allure Homme, the original. These two guys smell up to 80-85% alike. This is pretty high. And this one is freaking phenomenal. I think this one is somewhat vintagey. I don't know about nowadays formulations. This one, it's kind of like a Bose speaker. It's much crispier. It tickles my nose every time I smell it, to be honest. Everybody loves the way this fragrance smells, but they just hate how much it costs. But I'm gonna be straightforward with you, dude. Just get that one instead. It'll do the job. Number 2 is freaking awesome, and it's that high up just because I personally love the cheaper counterpart way better than the expensive one. Seriously, it's just way better. And there's no way in hell I would just waste my money on buying Creed Original Vetiver compared to Mugler cologne. Look how big that bottle is. This is a 300 ml bottle. I got it for $65 for 300 ml. This is super fresh, super clean. You can wear it anytime during the day just to make you feel alive. Seriously guys, this is the best gym scent. You need this in your life. I usually don't recommend stuff to you guys until I'm 110% positive that it's a must. And this one is a must. I assure you this, guys. Thank you so much, Mugler Cologne, for not sponsoring this video, by the way. Alright guys, this is number 1 for a reason, because it's freaking awesome. If number 2, it's just great, this one is even greater in my honest opinion. This is one of the best going out scents ever in my honest opinion. It's a compliment getter on certain people's skins. I'm talking about the expensive counterparts, but the cheaper counterparts, it's much easier to wear because it's a bit sweeter. So I feel like it's more pleasant on a lot of people's noses and a lot of people's skins other than the expensive counterparts. The expensive counterpart is Tuscan leather. This is the vintage. I got this is actually one of my very first decants I ever gotten. I got it from the decant shop before I even know that there's swap groups or anything. I spent a lot of money on this 30 ml, by the way. Not sponsored. And the cheaper counterpart, which smells up to 95% alike. You can't tell the difference, but because of that sweetness from it a little bit. Layukawan by Rosasi. This one is freaking awesome, guys. This one is awesome. I am freaking out of words. This is freaking ridiculously awesome. Just go freaking get that one, guys. You won't regret it until you regret it, because I don't think you would regret it because what? I'm not even making any sense. Hey, I got excited. Don't mind me. This one is freaking awesome. I love it. There's a reason why it is on my number 1, because it's just, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love it again. So this is pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys again for watching and subscribing, and please let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of my list? Are you interested in a part 2? I can do part 2 and part 3 and part 17 freaking thousand if you want. So if you're interested in a part 2 expensive fragrances versus their cheaper counterparts, please comment in the section down below. And of course, don't forget to help me out reach that 10,000K subscribers before the end of this year. So if you haven't subscribed already, click it down below. And of course, a big thumbs up wouldn't hurt either. And I know sponge making smelling good always easy. Peace.